MacMuzik.
Hi guys, my name is Miller and welcome back to your favorite series, this season video. Today, I will talk about what can be expected for this season, and it can be said it's all kind of new. In the end, I'll show quite a big potential leak of a car which we might see in the future. To start off like usual, the claiming of the car of this season, the Jaguar Project 8, a 5-star tier 4 car with potential to become a future prestige car. I find it quite nice. I luckily got it delivered in the correct color, but according to many people on Reddit, they have been getting it in blue, which to me seems very odd, but that does not make it less good looking. I'm telling ya, it's quite special indeed. Performance wise, I feel this car will cement itself in the top 20 in tier 4, competing with the likes of the M5 competition, but to be fully honest, I think I'll save my cash and wait with upgrading it until it becomes a prestige car. Also, I do not think it will be a great car to use in Tempest 3 because it won't reach the speed traps, so unless you want to go hard in the showdown of next week, I don't see why upgrading it would be worth it, for now at least. In the future, it definitely has potential. Season price for this season, a car which surprised me to be a tier 5 car, the BMW M8, and I have to say this one is by far my favorite BMW in game. I also think the first tier 5 BMW, isn't it? The base M8 will come with 600 brake horsepower, and the performance promises to be exceptional with a 0 to 60 in just 3.1 seconds, and that will without a doubt partially be thanks to its 4-wheel drive system that we know of the M5. Looks wise, it just screams beauty to me, luxury yet aggressive, elegant yet practical, making the M5 look like its little brother almost. As for the season price, if you are top 10 you will get it in this color, which by the way I said wrongly in the 2.8 update video, is not at all like the sunset orange we have on the M2 series, but it's Motegi red, which is slightly darker. For the milestone hunters like me, we will have to settle with this frozen blue stone, which to me doesn't look frozen at all or anything, but I have to say that the metallic finish makes it look so good. This is a car I would have fun with in the mountains of Norway or Sweden or such. Performance wise, it is average for a 5-star tier 5 car with a dyno hitting an 8.147. But the runs seem promising with them able to dip under 8.1. Nothing too special but easily upgradable I think due to BMW fusion parts being rather common. For the future, this opens doors to potential Evo Cups for the M8 competition, or the convertible as a season prize milestone or just as a golden cup. I'd definitely spend my keys on that. Prestige car, and it is a new one and it's a tier 3, the facelifted Porsche 718 Boxster Spider. It is a new car in the 2.8 update and I kind of expected it to dominate the tier knowing the tier 2 Boxster. But to my surprise, the best times I have seen are around an 8.1, not even cutting the top 3. Somebody pointed this out to me, if it's a 4-star in tier 3 it's not gonna even be top 3. Of course that only counts if there is no hidden tune that we don't know about that could boost the car up the ranks, but for now it will have to settle with 7th, ahead of the ACS2 Sport. The new Boxster is quite a change to the previous model, which introduced the brand Porsche to the game. The front end looks more like the Cayman series we already have in tier 3 and it looks more sporty in general I feel like. It still is a soft top, meaning you can only see the roof once you get into a rainy race, but what surprised me the most about this car, and something I didn't know, it's the way the boot opens. That trunk lid is massive fam. The 10 times drop rate on silver crates will start tomorrow, so hopefully you'll be able to get it and save some cash as it should be fairly easy to upgrade. In terms of events, we can say it will be a bit calmer and perhaps less expensive this season. It's another Duality Cup. It popped up on the map today and it will start tomorrow as well, and the cars you will have to use will be the Ferrari FX6K Evo and the Aston Martin Vulcan, so yep, it will be quite an event. A 7.4 car and a 7.5 car both up for grabs through 20 times drop rates on gold crates, with rumors of the Vulcan coming in new colors and specs. But what is the best of this event is the fact that if you own neither of the cars and you will have to spin keys, and if you have terrible luck and you will have to hit loyalty, the maximum of keys you will need to use will be 140 compared to 200 we would have if it would be like a golden cup. With Duality Cups there are two 20 times drop rates on 2 crates and the loyalty is set to 7 instead of 10, meaning it's 30% cheaper. I already own both cars and they're pretty highly upgraded, so I'll be solid, but I cannot wait to see some of those new specs pop up on Reddit or Facebook. I'm quite stoked about this event and it's a nice break of the paid ones we had so far. Now on to other events, the Showdowns. So in a season it appears that we will have 3 Showdowns, of which 2 do reward crew RP, sadly. The first one seems to use the prestige car of the previous season matched up against other cars of the same range alongside 2 other freely obtainable ones. Last season this was the D8 GTO prestige car, Donkey Vort like somebody called, of season 87, paired up against the KTM Crossbow R, which was quite close to it. And then we had the Porsche Carrera GT and the McLaren 570S I think it was. And then we had a second event where the main goal was the milestone car of the previous season, the ATS GT, which was the fastest, which was then paired up against the Centenario, the XJ220 and the Huracan. In these I was mostly able to get to 1800 trophies I think it was, which means in the first one I did reach the 25,000 RP, and then on the second one I was able to get to the 20,000. But that means that on the first one I missed out on 30,000 RP, and on the second one on 115,000 RP. These milestones are impossible to reach unless you have a car maxed, and even then it's close to impossible. This has just messed up the top 10 even more. It's even more a joke now and less fun to compete in. Imagine losing out on a season car because you and your crew don't have a car maxed out and you can't get that RP. While capping, you depend on the number of races you win, maxed out or not. Here you can't reach certain values only modders can actually reach because they can hack themselves purple stars. This has to be removed ASAP. The third showdown with the PP restriction is fun, I have to say, but again reaching the 1700 is only doable with maxed cars, which are quite special. It doesn't feel like a very even playing field. The one starting tomorrow will allow you to use the Bentayga, the Vanquish and the Viper GTS. According to another source it would also allow you to use a new Boxster, but that would surprise me to put a tier 3 with a tier 4 in an event. And I do feel we are missing a 4th car, but we will have to wait and see tomorrow which one it actually is. In general, these showdowns do need some improvements. Top 10 is basically beyond a joke by now. Now that is all done, something more about what the future might hold. For this update it feels like they're blowing through their load quite early, and an update can be expected a lot sooner than expected. So after the Duality Cup there's only one event that is still in this update, being the Noble in the second part of the Best of British. But we are now only on the first season of the 2.8 update. We still have the 720S Spider to go, and then the Evora GT430 after that. So will we only have one event for the coming 5 weeks after the Duality Cup? I doubt it. I have a feeling an early update will come at some point, but when I have no idea. There will be an update bringing only event cars I feel then, as we are stacked with season price cars for now. But what I can tell for now is that we will see the new Toyota Supra come to the game at some point, and we do have some proof of that. Well, it's some kind of special kind of proof. On Shmee's video on the Supras on SEMA, during the bit where he interviews Paul Walker's brother, on the background something pops up. 2 men pop up wearing blue shirts with the CSR logo clearly on there, and something more interesting, the headlights of the new Toyota Supra. You might say that is coincidence, CSR might mean something else, which is also correlation to Supra because C can mean car or whatever. No, I know these 2 men. They are in fact part of Natural Motion. The first one I have met last year during my visit to the office, and if you want more proof, which isn't really just saying I met him, the person you see here in the second one carrying the camera is the same guy who I met at Geneva Auto Show, who was taking pictures of the Jesko, and also was wearing a Natural Motion shirt. So you can pretty much say these guys are from Natural Motion and it is indeed CSR. Need more proof? I doubt they would make these shirts without intending to have the car in the game at some point, and definitely wear it at such a show like SEMA. Wished I could read what it actually said on the shirts. Once we got a Supra, the next step is definitely the Pandem kit on it. I'm kinda hyped about this. So I think I will close off with that. Maybe it's a slightly shorter video than usual. I recorded this before I started editing, so I don't really know. All has been said that had to be said. I would be surprised to see the Noble event start next week, but you never know with Natural Motion. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, do not hesitate to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this. My name is Mille, see you around, and keep racing.